Hey, fifth grade percussion. I hope that you guys are doing really well. First of all, I'm so sorry that has taken so long to get a video just for you guys for snare drum. Obviously, all those other videos for fifth band, group one, and group two, you can play along with them. You just have to use your Measures of Success book or the pages from that, which I copied all of them for mallets and for snare drum. And I emailed them all to you guys, but I think I've also put them on Schoology. But if they're not there, I'll make sure as of later today that they're there. But anyway, so you can play through all of those videos, but I promised you guys a while ago I would do one just for snare drum, and finally, here's the video for you guys. So this is going to be based on Alfred's drum method. Make sure you have your book, this book right here. If any of you do not have this book, you need to email me and let me know, because I can scan this page and email it to you so that you can play along. All right, because you need to be able to see this page in the book in order to follow this video. So I decided what we'll do is, for you guys, we'll try to do like an every other week video just for snare drum, so that you can have a week that you focus on snare drum, and then you can have the next week you follow one of the lesson videos that I've done for all of like anyone in band. All right, and then I want you to focus on mallets for those ones, and you can pick group one, group two. You can pick lesson number one, lesson number two. It's whatever you would like to follow, whichever one is best for you. So that's totally up to you. Or if you'd rather just do this same video again next week and keep working on snare drum stuff and get better at the stuff we're doing in the book here, that's great too. All right. So, but I'm going to do this as an every other week thing so that you can try to focus on mallets for 1 week and then do snare drum and then mallet, snare drum, or alternate, do a little bit of both. Do some snare drum today, do some mallet tomorrow, snare drum the next day, because as a percussionist, we have to learn all of it, right? And that's really, really important. All right, guys, here we go. So let's start out with some rudiments. All right, so I got my drum pad here ready to go. Hopefully you got your drum pad at home and you have your drum sticks. First thing, let's check our grip on our sticks. Thumb, pointer finger, right, is holding it. These fingers here are all curving around. The back of our hand should be towards the ceiling, right? Remember the whole thing with putting like a quarter on the back of your hand? That's what we need to think about. All right, check your other hand as well. Good. We don't want any fingers sticking out. No pinkies sticking out, no pointer fingers reaching. Keep those all tucked in. All right, I know some of you fifth graders have a bad habit of that, reaching out our pointer finger. Keep that in, right? This is what our hand should look like right here, except that hand is up, or the back of the hand is up toward the ceiling, right? Because we want to be able to have the back of the stick hit like the palm of our hand, right? That's that hand. Try this with me, right? And then we're going to just alternate, not actually hitting drum pad, making sure that we're holding on to it. All of our control is going to come between our thumb and our pointer finger. So they're going to control it. These fingers here are just kind of helping to guide the stick and extra support. But they're not doing a ton when you're playing snare drum. All right, it's these two fingers right here that are key. All right, here we go. First thing, this is how we're going to do it with these videos. For rudiments, I'm going to play 4 by myself. I want you to listen to me. Then let's play, it'll change based on the rudiment, but for this one, we're going to start with flams. I'll play 4 flams by myself. All right, then I want to play 4 flams together, and then I'm going to stop because I want you to play 4 flams by yourself. And when you play them by yourself, that's when you really need to listen carefully to make sure your flam or whatever rudiment you're playing by yourself sounds exactly the same as mine did and as it did when we were playing them together, okay? So let's try it. So I'm going to go first with 4, then we're going to play together for 4, and then you're going to play by yourself for 4 as you listen. Here we go, flams. I'm going to go first. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, together, and 1, 2, 3, your turn. 2, 3, 4. Good, we're going to do that again. I'm going to go first, then you're going to go with me, and then you by yourself. Ready, flams. Together. By yourself. Awesome. So make sure that we have one stick that starts higher than the other, right? And we just drop them. And then we switch. Drop. 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 Good. So a flam has one stick hitting just slightly before the other. We don't want it to sound like this. It's not hit, hit. They're like really close together, but they're also not at the same time. We don't want this either. Right, because those are hitting the same time just about. And you have to alternate your sticking, right? Make sure you're doing all that. Great. Next, we are going to go now to our paradiddle. Paradiddle. So, we're going to start with our left stick. Paradiddle. Paradiddle. So, I'm like the mirror. No, it's not the mirror image. This is like just as if you were watching me, you know, at school. So, here we go. I'm going to start with, you start with your right stick. I'll start with this one when I play, okay? Let me go first. So, I'm going to do 4 by myself, and then 4 together, and then you're going to go 4 by yourself. All right, paradiddle. Here we go. Ready, and together. 2, 3, 4. By yourself. 2, 3, 4. Good. Stop right there. Also, make sure at the first hit, it's always accented, right? Paradiddle, 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 par. Make sure you're getting that accent in there. Let's do it one more time. I'll go first with 4. Then together with 4, and then you'll go by yourself with 4, listening and making sure your sticking is correct. You can always pause these videos so that you can really focus on getting something right and then resume it. It's better to always stop, focus on what you're doing, and make sure you're confident and you feel good about it before going on. Don't just like say, I'll just worry about it another time. No, stop, focus on it. Even if it means you spend like your whole time today practicing just one of these rudiments, that's going to help you be such a better percussionist as we go down the road, okay? Here we go, together. So I'll go first, then 4 together, and then you'll go 4 by yourself. Paradiddles, ready, and... sorry, I already messed it up. Here we go. Ready, and paradiddle. 3, 4. With me. 4. By yourself. 2, 3, 4. Good. Stop right there. Okay, hopefully you feel good about paradiddles. Next, we're going to go to our multiple bounce roll. Multiple. So right stick only. I want you to have as many bounces as you get. As many as you can get. And then make that faster. Good. Left stick only. As many bounces as you can get. Good. Make sure you don't have these fingers coming out. Some of us have a bad habit of that. So keep them tucked in. As many bounces as you can get. Now we're going to alternate our hands. As many bounces as possible. Let them bounce. Good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll do together, and then you'll go by yourself. Make sure it's more than 2. You need as many bounces as you can get. All right, here we go. I'm going to go first, and then together. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, together. 1, 2, 3, by yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Stop right there. Right hand only. Just focus on that again. As many as you can get. It might have to go faster so that you can get all those bounces in there if that helps you. Eventually, that's our goal, to try to get these faster. All right, here we go. One more time. I'll go first, then together, and then you by yourself. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, together. 1, 2, 3, by yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Okay, next, let's do our double bounce roll. So double bounce, right hand only, just double. 1, 2, and stop it. It's all about control. Remember, it's not tap, tap. That is not a double bounce. We have to do it all in the same motion. 1, 2. 1, 2. And stop it. Like, pretend like you're doing a multiple bounce, but really control it at the end. 1, 2. Good. Now, oh, that was not a double bounce. That was a multiple bounce. All right, now let's go with our left stick, left hand only, double bounce. Check your hand. Oh, that wasn't. I want you to notice which ones of yours are double bounces and which ones are multiple bounces. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, that wasn't. 1, 2. Good. All right, now let's alternate our hands. You're going to just do this with me at home. 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, multiple. Double, double, double. Listen to yourself. Good. All right, let's give it a try together now. So we're going to do 4. I'll go 4 by myself, 4 together, and 4 by yourself. All right, and then we'll stop and then talk and then do it again. Here we go. Double bounces. I'm going to go first. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. Together. 1, 2, 3. By yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Stop there. Once again, check your grip. Make sure it's 1, 2. 1, 2. That thumb needs to be on the drumstick. If your thumb is over or over this way, it's going to be so impossible to control it. Your thumb has to be on it. Check your grip. All right, here we go. One more time. I'm going to go first. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Together. 1, 2, 3, 4. By yourself. 2, 3, 4. Good. Stop right there. All right. Awesome. If you're ready, we're going to also do a 5-stroke roll. Just do your best with it. It's taking that the double bounce and just adding the 5-stroke part to it. All right, here we go. So 5-stroke. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a single tap. 1, 2, 3, 4, single tap. All right, so do that slowly with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, single. Double, double, single. And then alternate your hand. Double, double, single. Double, double, single. Double, double, single. Called a 5-stroke roll, right? Because it's hitting 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we're going to do this very slowly together, the same way we've been. All right, here we go. I'll go first. Ready, and 1, 2, 3. Together, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Your turn. 1, 2, 3. And double, double, single, double, double, single, and double, double, single. Good. Obviously, that was a really, really slowed down 5-stroke roll. If you'd like to now practice at home, faster 5-stroke rolls, pause the video and do that. Next time we do this snare drum video, we will do a faster version of the 5-stroke roll. But to get faster, first we need to make sure that our double bounce is correct and good to go before we get faster. Okay? So those are the rudiments that we're going to focus on today. Now we're going to look in our book on page 18. 18. Let's take a look. So in this part of the book, lesson 6. Okay, we've got some notes here, some rhythms. Look at number 1. We've got some, what are these called? Dotted half notes. We've got some dotted half notes. A dotted half note gets 3 beats. So it's a half note, which gets 2 beats plus a dot. When you put a dot next to a note, it means you have to cut the note in half, and whatever half of the note is, you add it to the note. So a half note gets 2 beats. If you cut that in half, you get 1. So you need to add 1 to what a half note already gets, 2. So it's 2 plus 1 is 3. So that's 3 beats. So take a look at number 1. It's got 3, and then beat 4 is at the end there. So we're going to play this together, and we're going to say the counting out loud. Let's look at number 1. Play it together and say it out loud, please. Here we go. Say it with me. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest, 4. Good. Notice that the rhythm itself and what you played sounds exactly the same, whether it's a dotted half note in a quarter or a half note, a quarter rest in a quarter, right? Just a quick note, guys. I know some of you have played this page already in our lessons, but I think that was like 3 months ago, 2 months ago. I don't know. It's all a blur, right? So I know, though, it's been a long time since, for many of you, you've had a snare drum lesson or you've played much snare drum. So I wanted to kind of step back, clean up some of this stuff that we've been doing, starting with this page 18, and then go forward from there. So we will progress through this book gradually, but this was just a place that I thought was a good spot to start and just revisit these dotted half notes and eighth notes, because these are not easy. All right, so number 1 is pretty basic. So how about this? What we're going to do is I want you at the end of every single exercise that we play, pause the video, and then you repeat it. We're going to do it one time together, but I want you to repeat it and go back and play. Otherwise, this video is going to be really, really long if we go through the whole thing multiple times. So I'll play it one time with you, pause the video, you go back. You can always rewind the video if you're not sure about how to count anything, okay? Make sure you're counting it correctly, because as a percussionist, it's so important for you to be able to count correctly. All right, look at number 2. Number 2, let's count it together. Here we go as we play. 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and pause the video, repeat it, go back, practice that part. That is not easy. That's tricky. All right, number 3. Here we go. Say it with me as we play it. 2, number 3, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, and 3, 4. 1, and 3, 4. Notice your music changed, right? There was a dotted quarter note there, and then they took out the dot in the third measure and they made it an eighth rest. This is some tricky stuff, all right? Nobody else in the band has seen eighth rests yet, all right? Except for you guys, and has seen dotted quarter notes like this, all right? So, some tricky counting. Make sure you pause it and practice it. All right, look at number 4. Here we go. Say it with me. Number 4. 2, ready, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, and 3, and 1, and 3, and 1, and 3, and. Good. Pause the video. Go back and practice that one. Number 5. Here we go. Say it with me. You can always say it with me first without playing. Just focus on your music. Then rewind the video. Try to say it with me and play it. All right? And then rewind after you've practiced it and just play it while I say it and play it. All right? Here we go. Number 5. A lot of different ways we can do this. And you can practice with this at home. Number 5. 2, say it, and 1, and 3, and 4. 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 Good. Pause the video and practice that one. It is tricky. And number 6. Here we go. Number 6 together. 2, 6, and 1, and 2, and 3. 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 And. All right. After you've practiced all 6 of those lines a whole bunch of times and worked on them really hard and figured out how to count them out loud and how to count them in your head and play them, then you'll be ready for this combination study, which is really tricky. All right, I'm going to play the combination study. I'm going to try to count it as I'm playing it. This mixes up like a measure from each of those sections from 1 through 6, and it puts it together in the combination study. Only go on to this combination study when you're ready for it. Don't go to it early because it's tricky. All right? We're going to try it at a nice and calm tempo, speed, right? If you're playing this at home, if you can play it perfectly with me, then that means you're probably ready to even try it a little faster. But make sure it stays steady. The other note is if you're playing it along with me and you're feeling like, I can't keep up, or I have to hesitate to figure this out, what rhythms I'm playing, that is your brain telling you you need to stop and focus on certain measures. That's the only way to get those better. Like, take a break, just focus on measures, try to figure out the counting, all right, in your head or out loud. Then you can even use your leg or your stomach, like practice that rhythm, figure it out, then just work on the one measure by itself. And that's how you're going to get better. And then go back and try to play that whole line, or eventually try to play those 2 lines of the combination study together. All right, here we go. If you are ready to play this combination study with me, let's go. From the beginning, 1, 2, combination study, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3. Rest. Whew. I did mess up one of the things I said. I don't think I messed up how I played it. I messed up what I said. Did anyone catch that? I said a 1 on a beat 3. It was supposed to be 3, but I said 1. Sorry about that. All right, guys. Hopefully you are able to play that combination study after practicing all those lines. Work on it slowly. It is not easy. If you feel like it's just been too long since I've played percussion and I'm not comfortable with even going on to that combination study, that's okay. I want you to go back in your book. Go back to like page 16 or 17. Look back at those ones that we've played before. Lesson 4, lesson 5. All right? Go back and start there. All right? And then once you've, brushed up some of that stuff, then you can go on and watch this video. All right? Guys, we miss you so much, and I hope that you guys are doing really well. Like I said before, we're going to try to go for, I'll try to do a snare drum video every other week so that the other weeks you can focus on playing some mallets, okay? Because that's really important still too, right? All right, guys. Have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Please let me know if you need anything, if you need copies of these pages, and I hope you guys are doing well. Bye.